Ari Wasserman recently just came out with this projected 12-team playoff field for 2025, and here's my thoughts. On the first round of the left side, I think Illinois is probably too high. People are way too high on this team. They won 10 games last season and beat South Carolina, but they had a pretty easy schedule, and it's going to be hard to do that again. LSU as a 5 seed is pretty optimistic, but Boise State could definitely make their way back to the playoffs as the Group of 5 representative. Texas versus Oregon would be a pretty insane second round matchup, and Ohio State would probably beat LSU pretty comfortably. And it is likely that we could see Texas and Ohio State in a rematch in the semifinals. On the right side of the bracket, he has Georgia playing Alabama for the second time this season. And he's got Alabama beating Georgia on the road in the playoffs. I don't know about that. I also like Notre Dame making the playoffs, but I cannot agree with BYU making it in. BYU certainly has question marks. They lost some good playmakers this spring, and of course, the allegations with quarterback Jake Retzlaff. Notre Dame would easily win that matchup if BYU was to make it. Alabama playing Penn State in the second round would be a fun matchup. He's got Alabama going to the semifinals. I definitely like that pick. I don't know if I'd be bold enough to do that, but I think people are sleeping on Kalen DeBoer in Alabama. And he has Clemson beating Notre Dame. I think that would be a very even matchup. I don't know if Clemson would be able to beat Notre Dame and Alabama, but maybe. They are very talented and they have a lot of return in production. And then we have the national title game. He has Texas winning it all. I like the pick of Texas winning the Natty, but that's the only pick I'm seeing lately. I think they might be a bit overrated. I don't think it's like Ohio State last season or Michigan the season before, where it's very likely that those teams would have came back and won the Natty, and they did. Both Ohio State and Michigan were expected to be dominant forces with great return in production. But guys, Texas is near the bottom of the SEC in return in production on offense, and I really don't know if I trust Arch like that. The offensive line is a question mark for Texas, and Ryan Wingo and DeAndre Moore need other guys to step up at wide receiver. Those two are young guys themselves, and they're good, but they're not super elite yet. So a lot of people aren't talking about this, but Arch Manning is unproven, and Texas really doesn't have an elite receiving corps. But if they do win the Natty, it would be because of their defense. I just don't think they're the favorite.